We go. So we'll get started. Let me find my notes. I wanted to briefly hit and talk about protein. Especially for us in menopause, protein is going to be super, super important. And so the gift that I'm going to share with you is going to be called Fit 20. It's a protein shake, has 20 grams of protein, and I'm like a super picky protein drinker. One, it's not my favorite thing to do. I would rather chew my calories than drink my calories. But with that said, I struggle to eat enough protein throughout the day. So this shake, it's really yummy. It's smooth. The vanilla tastes great. You can drink it hot or cold, which I love because I kind of like bougie coffees, but I don't like to pay for bougie coffees. I also don't like to drive to go get my coffee. I just want to hang out in my PJs in the morning. But protein is super important because it helps build muscle mass. And Andrew Heberman, he's a scientist and he has a podcast and written books and all the things. He has basically said that protein is the thing we need for longevity. It's not always how much fat you need to lose, but how much muscle you need to have. And that's a total brain flip flop. When we focus on fat only and we're not building muscle as we lose weight, we can also deteriorate our muscles. Add menopause and the natural process of aging, now we're compounding that effect. So we want to make sure that we're getting enough protein in our diet. And we also need to focus on that strength training piece. So as we have protein in our diet, we're also feeding those muscles something really great. Protein is significant because our body needs 9 essential amino acids that it does not naturally produce. So if we are not getting enough protein, we're actually not feeding our body what it needs to have to develop correctly. The best source of protein is going to be animal-based protein to get those essential amino acids. But I also know we have a lot of people on here who don't prefer to have animal protein. So if you are choosing a vegan diet, then to choose rice protein or pea protein, like chickpea protein. Those are the best sources if you're choosing vegan. Otherwise, if you're more of a animal protein eater, then really the gamut is yours. If you enjoy eating it and it doesn't upset your stomach, consume. It will be so beneficial for you. Also, we need to move our body. And I know I've heard different stories of where you're kind of at. And so many of you text me and you're like, I want to start strength training, but I just haven't started strength training. Even if you can't do the strength training, be sure to move your body because it helps develop the muscles differently. So it's not just having big muscles, it's developing them correctly. Rule of thumb for protein, and then we're going to move on. So I'm always asked, how much do you eat? Or how much should you eat based on how much you weigh? Typically 0.8 grams per pound. They used to say pound for pound, but like for me, that would be a lot of protein. Like that would be insane amounts. Like I don't know if I could even afford it on a daily basis. So just think 0.8. Typically it's around, for me, it's around 125 grams to 140 grams of protein a day. So this protein shake comes in handy because that's a lot of chicken, or that's a lot of ribeye, or that's a lot of eggs. Like eggs are only 6 grams of protein. And I eat 4 every day, but that's just only getting me to 24. So having something that is a good protein source that you enjoy is a great thing to have. Watch out for quick things like protein bars. Protein bars are typically full of oils, like seed oils, because it helps them stick together. It helps them taste better. Seed oils are hormone disruptors. So you might be getting, what do you got there? Teresa's over here reading her protein thing. I don't know what the ingredients are, but
It's pure protein, and I got it because it has good protein, but it has very little sugar. That's why I got it. So what am I looking?
now you're
It
looking
has
for seed oils. So things like sunflower, sap oil, oh gosh, I can't even remember all canola oil, vegetable oil,
Yeah, this is
glycerin
only got
oil.
2 grams of sugar, 20 grams of protein. I see nothing about oil. There's 7 grams of fat.
Perfect. So look in the actual ingredients of what it contains, and that's where it will have a list of oils, if it has oils.
I'm getting you off track. So continue and I will read.
I love it. But if you end up with a really great bar, the rest of us can go
Oh
buy
no,
it.
I order them on Amazon. Protein blend mix, blah blah blah. Whey protein, isolate, soy crisps. I'm looking for the word oil.
Okay, I'm crossing my fingers.
Palm fractionated palm kernel and palm oil.
Palm oil. So palm oil is a seed oil, and typically it's a hormone disruptor. And we find it in a lot of things, especially stuff like peanut butter, nut butters. A lot of times they'll add palm oil because it makes it smoother.
Yeah, it's got canola oil in it too. Shoot.
Hey. So maybe not super great. To tell you the truth, I haven't found a bar that I don't personally make that doesn't have oils in it. So if anybody wants a protein ball or a protein bar recipe, I can absolutely share one. It's going to look messy because that recipe sits on my counter. And if I smudge something, it just gets wiped on that paper. But I'm happy to text it to you. Okay. So that's my thing on protein. After we do the mindset training thing, I'm going to put all of your beautiful names in that shared a testimony in my little wheel of fortune names, and I'll send you a protein shake, because then you know you've got a good one that's got high protein, no seed oils. Okay, I'm going to attempt to share my screen. I have practiced this. I try to eat, this is from Nikki, y'all. I try to eat paleo. So what is it? A Lara bar and some bars, but been a while since I ate a bar. I can't eat legumes, pink. Oh, but can eat other butters like almond and coconut. Good butters. I mean, if you're choosing butters, those are great butters. Okay. I know I can do this. I practiced before I got on. Anybody that knows me knows the struggle is real. Okay, lovely ladies. Can you see something that says June 24 monthly coaching call? Hot diggity dog. Look at me go. Of course, I lost my notes, but we're just going to rock it out. Okay. So, oh, Kelly, you raised your hand. Oh, Kelly put her hand down. Okay, I'm trying to make this move. It's not moving. I didn't practice this part of it. Ah, there we go. Something's not working. Okay, we're just going to run with it. So sorry, ladies. It's how I roll most days, is not getting things to work out very well. It's still not working. What if I do this? Nope. I'm really wanting to like make it go.
Is it a PowerPoint that you're trying to initiate the slides?
It's
Or is it a video?
I made it in Canva and it moved once. Oh, maybe this will work. Okay. Is there a little thing of a,
It feels like it's a PowerPoint and you need to just advance the slides. So whatever you just hit to make it go to the next one.
okay. I think we're okay now. Do you see a lovely picture of a hot air balloon?
Yes.
Okay. I am so sorry. Here we go. Lately, Jody, which I forgot to tell you all, Jody is the menopause educator that comes on and we do these calls together. She is not here because she got a brand new granddaughter yesterday. And I'm like, I got you, my friend, because I'm green with envy that she's a grandmother. I'm green of all of you. My boys are actually too young in my brain to be parents. But I can't wait for the day. So we were talking about some of the clients that we've been working with, and the number one problem that people are experiencing is they are wanting results. They're not getting them. And so when we dive deep with these women, we are finding a very common denominator. And it boils down to one thing. And I'm going to share that with you in just a bit. So when we start this program, this whole holistic journey to shedding belly fat and all the things, we have a lot of control strategies in place. The control strategies look like exercise, counting calories, eating smoothies, a clean diet, the supplements we've encouraged, walking, hiking, dancing, whatever it is. We have all these things that are in place. And those things make us feel good. They lift us up. like in this little hot air balloon. And then we have limiting beliefs. We have these things in our head, maybe even subconsciously, that are holding us down and putting weight on us, theoretically putting weight on us. The problem is we haven't completely identified what those are. So, and I don't talk about this a whole lot in my TikTok videos. If you are doing everything correctly and you have supplements that work with your body to lower cortisol and balance metabolic hormones, and you are still not getting any results, you can self-sabotage yourself subconsciously to where you will never get results. So, for example, I'm working with a woman and I absolutely adore her, and everything was going really, really well for her. Inflammation was down, sleeping great, incredibly cheerful. Then she quit taking her supplements. She didn't think she needed them anymore. And then her next comment was, I've been here for a while and I haven't lost any weight. I don't think it's going to happen for me. So I've been digging deeper, asked her about all sorts of things. Everything, she was giving me back looked stellar. And then I asked her a question. I said, maybe you need to double up on some supplements like Mood Plus, because you're planning this massive vacation for your family. And I think it's creating stress, even though it's a vacation and it's good. Ladies, you know what vacation's like. If you're married, my husband adores the week before vacation. He's packing, he's picking out his clothes, he's doing his thing. And I'm running around the city like a crazy lady trying to do final touches. And he always texts me the day before we leave for vacation, one more day. And he's so excited. And I'm all like stressed out. So even good, yeah, y'all are shaking your head. Even good stresses create havoc on our body. So I encourage us, like, why don't you take more mood until you get on vacation? And she's like, oh, I don't have that one anymore. I ran out and I didn't order it. But that's the thing that likely helped her feel better, was the mood, because it lowers cortisol. And Kelly just tossed up 100%. Yeah, we totally agree. So limiting beliefs come in all shapes and sizes. And I'm really hoping this pops up. It did not. Why is it not popping up? Okay, I have to fix this because we want to hit limiting beliefs. So let me stop share really quick and try again. I'm just doing a bang up job over here of not making this work correctly. And I know I can't make it work correctly. Okay, we'll just do it this way. I once said, well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And someone took big offense to that on one of my TikToks. They're just like, don't skin cats. I'm like, well, from where I live, it's just a saying, but she literally was greatly offended. So if there's more than one way to peel an onion. Not really. I think there is just one, but whatever. Okay. Here we go. We're just going to do it this way. So limiting beliefs. If you have a limiting belief, something that you're holding on to, and you may not be completely aware of it, no matter your efforts, your body's not going to release weight because you're not going to allow it subconsciously. Whatever you tell yourself is so. Your brain is going to believe you over anyone else. So a lot of times I talk about body shaming and the stuff we tell our body. It's a bit of a hormone imbalance. We got to clear that up. This is the same thing. We have to approach this limiting belief. So is it that it's not safe to lose weight? It's not possible, or it's not possible for me? That was one of my limiting beliefs. As I dug deeper into my weight loss journey, then it became this: I don't deserve this and I'm not worthy. I had to dig through some stuff on my journey. I won't belong. Do you know all of my friends were overweight like me? And I'm not trying to scare you with this, but after I lost the weight, they didn't really care to hang out in the same circle. And that wasn't a fear of mine. I didn't even know about something like that. It just happened to be. Number 5, I don't know who I would be. If you've carried your weight your whole life, being a thinner version of yourself can be kind of scary. For me, I used to make jokes about it, like how big I was. Something else that was one of my limiting beliefs, and you can drop your limiting beliefs down in your comments if you're wanting to share or unmute. One of my limiting beliefs was my mother was heavy, my grandmother was heavy. On that side, all of my aunts and uncles were heavy. So I don't have a choice but to be heavy. And when I say heavy, everyone was not just heavy, they were obese. So I thought it was genetic. And it might have been, but genetics doesn't determine that I will have it too. We can break that cycle. So do you have a limiting belief that you're currently struggling with? And you don't have to mention it out loud. I just want you to kind of run it through your head here. And then once you've come up with it, I want you to draw a table out. So if you just have a little Post-it note or a scrap piece of paper, draw a table with 4 legs. And then I want you to write your limiting belief on top of that table. So I kind of staged this for you. I want, what's the goal? But I can't because. And you can think of as many as you can. For me, this I had written, I want sustained weight loss, but I can't because I never did it before. That was my limiting belief, which I didn't think was a limiting belief, by the way. You may not even recognize it's a limiting belief. I didn't. I just thought this was my truth. And then the 4 legs under that table are the reasons it can't happen. So I want sustained weight loss or whatever it is you wrote, but I can't because, and then why? One of them, I always gain after I lose. When I reached my ideal weight, I was in my very late 30s. And I actually was the weight I was in high school. I held it for like 2 days. And then I gained all the weight back plus 15 pounds. And how I lost that weight is I was running anywhere from 3 to 7 miles daily, depending on the day of the week. So one of my legs was, I'm not going to be able to sustain severe cardio on a daily basis. A 7-mile run easily took almost 2 hours. Well, no, not quite, but close enough. Took a long time. Who has that kind of time? One of the reasons is because my whole family was obese. So if they're obese, I'm going to be obese. Did you write your 4 reasons? Did you prove yourself true? These are our points of reference. And then we're going to flip that script. Write a new empowering belief. So you can cross that off, like physically cross off your limiting belief. And I didn't write, I will achieve sustained weight loss. I think I wrote something like, I will have, or I have a strong, healthy body. And are there times in your life that you could prove that that was true? Whatever your new empowering belief is. Or maybe it is, I will have sustained weight loss. And then how can we support that? And if anybody wants to share their either limiting belief or their new empowering belief, please do so. And while you're writing and thinking, I'm going to quiet because you can't think while I'm talking. I can't think while I'm talking sometimes. I just want you to quiet your brain, be still, and allow your intuition to guide you. Mm. Oh my gosh, the chat is amazing. Thank you so much, ladies. So does anybody want to walk through their limiting belief and then their thought reversal on it? Tracy, you don't have to answer at all, but I'm going to comment on this. I've done this before. I can do it again. I'm going to approach it from a different way, though. Are any of you afraid to do this journey, or were you afraid to do this journey because you've had things work before to only fail again? So I'll use this example. I was so good at losing weight and so good at regaining it without intention, without consciously doing it. It just kind of became this thing that I expected to gain it back.
I think it's either side of the same coin. It can be positive. I've done this before. I can do it again. Or on the flip side, oh my gosh, I have to do this again. I think it can be a positive or a negative.
Ooh, and it's all tone.
I think it's perspective and it's season of life. It's all that. I lost 45 pounds on Weight Watchers 20 years ago.
That's a good program to do it with.
And I had two small kids and we were running from hither, there, and yon all over the place. And I did it. But then my routine changed because I changed jobs. I was commuting an hour and 20 minutes one way. And so I was out of that routine. Once I had this bubble of a routine, and then that got all messed up because I switched jobs and the kids got older and I wasn't doing the same things. So I gradually, over 10 years, put it all back on. And now it's worse with menopause. So I'm like, that was 20 years ago. What the hell happened? All my routines were different. So I'm like, I've done this before. I can do this again.
That's
New
great.
routines, new focus and new routines. I've just had so many dumb things happen in the last couple of years with injuries and stupid stuff that, like, well, here we go again. I can't exercise. So I think that's where I talk myself out. Well, I jacked up my foot again, so I can't do this.
Okay, so if you've done this before and I can do it again, and you write
Do
that
this again.
belief, what supports that belief? What are 4 things that support that belief?
Consistency.
Excellent. Which you have been, by the way. You said that
Trying
at
my
the beginning
best.
of the call.
Consistency, support, commitment.
So with commitment, is there a reason that you decided to do this?
I'm just sick. I'm sick of me. I'm sick of feeling this way. And I'm sick of looking this way. Just beyond sick. I think I have a 3-legged stool. I didn't come up with a 4th. Sorry.
Okay, I gotta say, I appreciate that bust of laughter there, because that was pretty deep. I'm afraid of failing. I'm back in the chat. This time I won't sabotage myself. Way to go, Nikki. I'm afraid of failing again. Yes, I was just typing that. So in our mindset, it is shifting from what we've experienced. Our past experiences do not dictate future results. And that's a really hard piece to let go of. And kind of like Teresa, the way she said those 2 sentences, one was kind of like an negative tone, and the other one was a positive tone. I resonate with I'm afraid of failing again, Kelly, more than anything. And it was kind of like my allowing my thoughts to not wander there, because I don't actually think we have failed in the past. So if it's a hormone imbalance, and that's part of the reason we stay stagnant in weight, which Kelly, you've had so many results, that the next thing is likely weight loss. That when we set in this moment of allowing our body to heal and allowing good things to come to us, then it's not us failing. A hormone imbalance has nothing to do with us being a winner or a loser. It's just something that's off on in the inside. And once we fix that, then the good things happen. I want to share this with you. So many of you mentioned non-scale victories at the beginning. You're going to have to hold on really, really tight to those, because like I said, we all want this thing, and the thing we want the most is probably going to be the last thing to happen. It's kind of like the place you want to lose the weight the most, it might be the last place that you lose weight, and we don't get a choice where we gain or lose weight at. That's dictated by our body. It's not our choice. So as we're healing our bodies, being in harmony, allowing weight loss just to happen, letting go of the death grip that we have on it, it allows us to put those sandbags, those limiting beliefs down. Sometimes we need extra help with that. I know I have. And Jody is going through training, and I cannot remember the correct words, but she is doing a lot of tapping around different mindset blocks, different limiting beliefs. And yesterday when I visited with her, she says, if anybody wants to work with her, if you just text her tapping, she'll set up a time with you where you can have like a one-on-one with her where you go through a tapping session, but then also it's something you can have moving forward. So when you are in that moment of a limiting belief, you can also get yourself out of it. So it's just another tool. So if anybody wants to do that, her phone number's right here, and I'm going to copy it and put it in the chat real quick, because I'm going to move on to the next slide. So thank you for doing that with me. I hope it helped to write down a limiting belief and recognize it, and then move on to the next belief, a more powering positive one. Okay. This is what we're giving away because protein is super important. I told you I like it hot and cold. You can have it with milk or water or coffee. So this has even replaced my creamers. So let's see. Nikki, if you want to drop a testimony in the chat box real quick, and maybe you did, I can't even remember. Yes, Teresa, tapping, meaning tapping into a positive mindset, not just tapping into a positive mindset, but actually recognizing and being okay with that limiting belief and then working through that limiting belief. So many people would be like, well, just think positive or just do this. Right. But not recognizing the fact that you actually have a fear or a doubt is self-sabotage too. Like we have to recognize all of those things about us. Do you see my spinny little wheel thing over here? All right, look at us go. Finally, something's working. Jennifer. Oh, there you are, Teresa. Kelly. And Nikki. Do you want to unmute and share any, or so sorry, did Nikki do something up here? Oh, yeah, Nikki did. Okay, my bad. Nikki. I think that's right. All right, are you ready? Ready? And then I'm going to mail this out to you. Click to spin. Hey, Teresa. Okay, it's coming. Also, Teresa, if you would rather not have whey, but prefer a plant-based, okay. I was like, I haven't tried the plant-based because I'm not a plant-based kind of girl. I'm more of a whey kind of girl, but I could send you either one. Very cool. Stop share. Let's see if we can stop share. Yes, we did. Okay. Any questions? So this concludes like the training piece. If you have questions, I'm going to stay on and answer questions. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.